Hello and welcome to the Mental Path Podcast. I'm Dr. Gretchen, psychiatrist, therapist, mom, teacher, and just another human trying to take care of my mental health to stay happy and healthy while getting stuff done. I blend everything I know about psychiatry and the brain with psychology and personal growth tools to build mental health habits, and I'm sharing them with you here. Use what you learn here, tweak it to fit your life, or just let it inspire your next reset. Today we're talking about regret, and I want to start with something that might surprise you. Regret is one of the heaviest emotions we carry, isn't it? It sneaks into our minds late at night, whispers in our ears during quiet moments, and makes us question, why did I do that? But here's what I want you to remember. Regret doesn't have to weigh you down forever. In fact, if you let it, regret can be one of your greatest teachers. We've spent a lot of this season exploring the way we talk to ourselves, how our thoughts shape our feelings, and how that inner narrative plays out in everyday life. And if there's one emotion that knows how to hijack your mental script fast, it's regret. When I was prepping for this episode, I sat with a few of my own. Some go back decades, like friendships I didn't nurture in college, or ways I wish I showed up better for people I cared about. Others are more recent, decisions that seemed right at the time but ended up hurting someone, and I replayed them on a loop. Then there are logistical regrets, missed job applications or opportunities, classes I should have taken. Here's the twist though. Some things I used to label as regret, they weren't regret at all. Like starting med school later than most. I could say I regret that, but if I had started sooner, I wouldn't have the life I have now. The people I've met, the path I took, none of that would exist. We all have these moments, and regret, when unprocessed, tends to show up in two extremes. We avoid it entirely, or we let it define us. But what if there's a third path? What if regret doesn't mean you're broken? What if it's actually a signal that you care deeply about your growth, your values, and your relationships? That's not weakness, that's self-awareness, and it's powerful. So, what do we do with regret? How do we move from spiraling to insight, from shame to growth? I've created a 7-step process that I return to anytime regret starts weighing heavy. It's not about pretending it didn't hurt. It's about building a path forward that includes what you've learned. Let's walk through it together now. Here's the framework, the 7 steps to transform regret into growth. Step 1, notice the signs. The first step is awareness. Regret isn't always loud. It doesn't always show up as a clear thought like, I regret doing that. Sometimes it shows up as tension in your body, a restless mood, or patterns that keep repeating. You can ask, what's catching my attention right now? Where do I feel off? Think of regret as a signal, not a life sentence. Step 2, make time for reflection. Once you notice the signs, it's time to pause and reflect. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about getting curious. I like to ask myself, what happened? Why is this important to me now? What does this experience or memory mean to me today? These questions help me understand why the regret is showing up now and what it's trying to teach me. No judgment, just honest inquiry. Step 3, acknowledge your feelings. Regret often comes with a mix of emotions, sadness, guilt, frustration. Instead of pushing those feelings away, I acknowledge them. I say to myself, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to wish things have gone differently. This step is about giving yourself permission to feel without judgment. This leads us to step 4, cultivating self-compassion. This one's non-negotiable, where self-compassion becomes everything. I remind myself I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. It's not about making excuses here. It's about recognizing that we're all human and we're all learning as we go. Ask yourself, if I were talking to a friend who felt this way, what would I say to them? Then say that to yourself. Step 5, own your decisions and focus on lessons. Regret can teach you something if you're willing to listen. I ask myself, What can I learn from this experience? What would I do differently next time? This isn't about dwelling on the past. It's really about using it to make better choices moving forward. Step 6, acknowledge your growth. Sometimes we're focused on what went wrong that we forget to see how far we've come. I like to reflect on how that experience has shaped me. Maybe it made me more empathetic, more resilient, or more intentional. Growth doesn't erase regret, but it gives it meaning. Here you can ask, what changed in you because of that experience? Maybe you became more patient. Maybe it sharpened your boundaries. Maybe it showed you who you don't want to be. Really give yourself credit for evolving. Step 7, realize you can choose again now. The most empowering part of this process is realizing that regret doesn't define you. This is the reframe. Regret doesn't erase your power. You get to make new choices now, today. Ask, what's one small thing I can do today that aligns with my values? That's how you shift from stuck to moving forward. Regret doesn't have to hold you back. It can be a catalyst for growth, a reminder of your values, and a guide for your future. The next time regret shows up, try this process. Notice it, reflect on it, and use it to make a new choice. You're stronger and wiser than you think. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one lesson you've learned from regret? Share it with me on social media or leave a review. And if you're ready to take this deeper, I've got something new coming soon to help you build these practices daily. Next week is our season 3 finale, and we're bringing it back to the body, specifically sleep. I'll share my real-life sleep routine and how I manage my energy through rest. If sleep's been tricky for you lately, don't miss that one. Thanks for listening today, and see you next time.